Hello, everybody. Welcome to another class. Oh, let me fix this. Properties. Oh, that is the wrong camera. Let me reconnect that guy. Give me a second. Is it connected now? Let's see. No, I had to. Sorry, everybody. Give me just a second. Fix my camera. Let's see if it's going to work now. Okay. Uh, it's fun. I will keep this way, so it's not that important because that camera is the one that should be working. But I don't bother. You're gonna see me like sideways today. No worries. So let's go. First, let me see if everything is working fine. Give me a second as well. Sorry for the delay. It's not that important because that camera is the one that should be working. Okay, so everything is good. So let's go there. So in the 2 days class, sorry, I was not recording class the last few weeks. I was traveling, and then I have some family business, and then I got distracted. So now I'm back every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm gonna be recording. Sometime I have a break, but keep the hard work. I'm not going to stop. I'm gonna be here while I have like health, and I will be recording those classes. So in this 2 day class, it's like this: generate a random number from 0 to 9 and allow the user to try 3 times and indicate if the user guessed the generated number correctly. This is a very common thing, like some game, guessing game, and that's good because it's interest. So you can play with your friends, you can maybe show your kids or girlfriend, boyfriend, just to interest. Oh, see, look, this little game I created. And then you can play, and from there you can use your creativity, and later on you learn how to do even more elaborate like games. Not real game, but at least something that we can use our coding skill to entertain. So remember what I told you. Never jump into coding before you have some good idea about what the problem is and how you solve it. So let's make sure that we have that in our like lifestyle. From now on, wherever, oh, let me just put a mark here so I know where the image is so I don't, okay, cool. So always think like this. What is the input to my program? Like you may put a boundary here. Let me just make this more visible. Line, I put like thickness 4, or maybe more, 6. What our program will receive as an input. That is funny because our program will initially generate a number here that you can say is an integer number. So good question, like generate a random number from 0 to 9. Of course, is this an interview or is a work, you have to realize, oh, as a player is going to try to guess, we can realize that it's not a float number. Otherwise, it would be very hard to someone to guess a float number because they are infinite. And if it's integer, it will be 0 to 9. So there is a 30% of chance to around 30% to with 3 guesses to find a number. Okay? But you ask, it's kind of not silly, but it's a question that you could say, oh, I assume. So you don't even have to ask, oh, I assume it's a game, so it's an integer number. So it's very important to find out what are the domain of our data. So here we say that it will be a number. This number will be an integer. And there is a rule. Will be a number from 0 to 9. So one thing that come up in those things is, does 0 and 9 is part of the interval? Because a lot of program language, they exclude, when you get a random, exclude the last number. Python is different. So I would ask, oh, the number could be 0 and could be 9 as well, or is 1 to 8? Sometimes we say, oh, guess numbers between. We need to figure out if the interval is closed or is open. When it's closed, include those limits. When it's not, does not include. So once we have this, the question didn't tell us more detail, but we basically will allow the user to, oh, let's see, I guess I forgot what I was using for those things. I guess was one of those. Thank you. I was getting something like this. So we can say it could be like guess 1, guess 2, and guess 3. So it's up to us to decide if we're gonna get all the 3 guesses and then give an answer, or get the first guess. If it's not the right one, ask for the second guess. If it's not the right one, ask for the third guess. As we don't know yet how to do some thing that is necessary for this, we don't know yet how to control the flux. So we have to find out a way to indicate for every number if it's equals to the generated one. So for simplicity, we'll get all the 3 guesses, yeah, and then we're gonna say if it's correct or not. And maybe we can say, oh, this is the answer. Okay, so so let's go. There is one thing here. We didn't learn yet some commands that to make easier for us, but we can maybe try to do something here. So let's see what we can do. As we saw some expression and some other type of things. So first thing, let's say, okay, we need to generate a number. So another thing that is very common, so don't get scared if you say, oh, I don't remember things. It's very common, even for advanced people that are already working, mostly for them that work with many different languages, Java, Python, C#, Kotlin. We don't remember all the details, but we know, well, I have to figure out how to generate a random number. And I remember that in this class, or you can Google or ChatGPT, how we generate a random number in Python. So we have this class, and basically what we do is I do a copy and paste here. Look, I will copy this, and let's go to our program. We need to know that import random is a library that folks already created for us, and then we will use it. And in this case, it's not 0 to 10. And if you put the mouse here, it's going to tell us, return a random integer in the range AB, including both endpoints. So that means that includes 0 and include 9. So then we ready the number. Okay, now we have to figure out, okay, how can we tell, oh, first, and now we have to read the number. So let's call here guess 1. Oops, sorry, guess 1. Will be we have to convert to integer, input, and then we can give a prompt. That in this case will be, we can call guess 1 and then do something like this. We'll do the same thing 2 times. Oh, 3 times, okay? why I want us to do this kind of question now? I want you all to feel the needs for what we learn later on. Right here, we will learn about the thing logical expression and if comma. That will be what we need. But let's see if we can maybe figure out something like this. For example, those are the guesses that the user tried. What if we try to do something like this? Print. We have the random number. And we can say if it's equal to guess 1. Guess 1. Okay? So let's put a breakpoint, or at least we don't even need a breakpoint. Let's run this and let's see what happens. So guess 1 will be, let's say 5, 1, and 8. The number is invalid keyword argument for print. Oh, wait. I think I missed something here. To compare, we have to use equals equals. So let's do this. It's not SQL. So let's run again and let's see this. I want to print the result if random numbers is equal to guess 1. Let's see what happens. I say 1, 5, and 8. The result is false. I will put a breakpoint now so we can see. I will do the same. Compare guess with the other, compare the number with the other 2 guesses. So now let's put a breakpoint and run it. So let's put the guess 1 be like 3, 7, and 9. What we're doing here, let's look at those variables. The guess number is 4. So we already know that none of them will be true. So what happened? Next line, we will print false. Next line, we'll print false again. Next time, we print false again. Because none of the guess is equal to the generated number. Let's run again. And let's see, because we have around 30% of chance to guess the number. So let's put like 2, 9, and 1. Random number 9. So see, now we got luck. We found it. So what's going to happen is this will be false, this will be true, and this will be false. So somehow we are indicate that one of the numbers was equals to the guess number. But I want to show you now how we are limited. We cannot do much with what we learned so far, because we just learned how to get input, do some calculations, and print an output. We didn't get any problem yet that we have to choose between doing something, other thing, or something else. So the reason for this question is just to show you that most of the time, we cannot solve a problem just by reading, doing calculation, and printing the result. We can do a lot of stuff, but most of the time, no. And this is I'm planting a seed, so you all will kind of be prepared for the next classes. Okay, I want you to feel curious. Oh, how I can do a way that when you read a number, I compare. If it's correct, I will say you win. If not, I'm gonna get again. And even how to do this multiple times inside a loop. Cool. And then maybe this is kind of, whoa, if, like, how the user know that he won? Well, based on what we know so far, we can use this. If there is a true here, we can even put a message, something like this. We can get the guess and do something like this, print. And you can say if, and if there is 1, 2 in the next 3 lines, you guess the number. And we can say, okay, just to make sure that he knows which number is, we can do a print, have a string format, put a little f here, and say the random number was, and then we put here like the random number. Just to make sure that now, when the user play the game, I remove this breakpoint now so you can see the program running. I will get 4, 9, and 0. See, false, 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 and the result was 8. So just to show you that with some creativity, we can solve a problem without really knowing a lot. Cool. So yeah, this class will be short. I'm kind of returned to the class, so it's just a warm up. So for what we're gonna see next. I hope that you are curious now to what more we're gonna learn, because so far it's very straightforward. You start from the next few classes, we're gonna learn some like tools or some techniques that you open a lot the possibility of problems that we're going to resolve. Cool. So thank you for watching. See you next class.